Good evening. Welcome
Good
to
evening.
the zoning board of appeals meeting on the 26th, 27th of April. I'm going to open with our jurisdictions and then turn the meeting over to Vice Chair Ryan Hess. That okay?
Sounds good.
It is 6:05 p.m. and we have a quorum, so I will now call the Board of Appeals hearing to order. Please turn off all cell phones or pagers at this time. Today is Wednesday, April 27th, 2022, and we have one hearing scheduled for tonight's meeting. The board members that will hear requests for variances are Eddie Corbin, George Bruce, Ryan Hess, myself, Walter Gould. We also have with us Michael Jam, the Springfield Code Enforcement Zoning Administrator. I guess the Zoning Board Secretary, Acting Secretary, Vanessa Dornum.
Hang on one second.
Someone has a TV on.
Definitely. Until the end of August.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay. I will swear Ryan Hess is acting board chair, acting vice chair, will swear in all witnesses. In order to testify before the board, you will need to sign in. Those expected to testify should sign in. Obviously, don't sign in right now as you're on Zoom. At the time of already, if you have not already done so. This meeting is being held pursuant to the open meeting law. I'm getting the feedback, so I'm hearing myself 3 times here, so just bear with me, folks, okay? This meeting is being held pursuant to the open meeting law, which requires this meeting to be held in public with the doors open at all times. The acoustics in the room, if you are for, and if you need to discuss a matter, please go outside, which obviously, again, is we're on Zoom. We tape recorded these proceedings, therefore, please speak loudly and clearly. Also, when you come to the podium to testify or when you testify, please state your full name, address at the beginning. We will call each case by address and swear in anyone who presents testimony with respect to the petition. We will hear testimony from the petitioner, then we'll hear testimony from anyone present who would like to speak in favor of the petition. Then we'll hear opposition to the petition. We will then allow the petitioner a maximum 10 minutes to rebuttal. We will consider any written material submitted to support the application. These may include letters of communication to the planning department and the petitioner or the planner. We will hold the meeting next week. We will continue the meeting so that we can do our vote. Our statute jurisdiction is limited. In order for us, this board, to grant the variance, we must specifically find that 1. Owning a circumstance relating to the soil condition, shape, or topography of the land and structures, especially affecting general and the zoning district in which it is located. A little enforcement of the provisions of the ordinance would involve substantial hardship, financial, or loss to petitioner. 2. That desirable relief may be granted without substantial detriment to public good. 3. That granted such relief would not nullify nor substantially derogatory from the intent and the purpose of such ordinance by law. Please keep these 3 requirements in mind as you make your presentation. Again, our jurisdiction and authority is limited to these 3 requirements. Testimony should be limited accordingly. Mr. Hess, if you want to take it from there.
Great. Thank you, Walter. Vanessa, just to confirm, the proceedings tonight will be the presentation from the petitioner, and then a call for anybody in support, and then in opposition, and then the vote will be held next week. Is that correct?
That is correct. Normally, we wouldn't really have anybody on here that's going to speak in favor or against. That's where the letters or the emails would normally come in.
Okay.
But we didn't receive anything as of yet, and then the public will still have a week to be able to chime in because this will get uploaded to Focus Springfield tomorrow.
Okay.
But yeah, so we're just listening to what they're petitioning for. And then
Excellent.
You guys
Thank
can
you.
ask them questions, and that would be it for tonight. There will be no vote tonight.
Okay, great. So the only agenda item we have tonight is NS Brookline Avenue.
Correct.
So I believe we have Peter on the call here. Mr. Sakuda, you're the petitioner this evening?
I'm the seller of the property.
Okay,
You're the owner.
and
I'm the owner, correct, yes.
you're the owner. Okay. And Vitaly, can you identify yourself as well?
Yes, I'm Vitaly. I'm from Platinum Homes.
Okay. So if I could ask you to raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes,
Great. And Peter, if I could ask you to raise your right hand.
Yeah.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you. So whoever would like to begin.
I guess I'll begin. My name is Vitaly from Platinum Homes. I'm a local developer. We build quite a bit of houses in Springfield area, and this is one of the properties that we stumped up on, and the property is located on 1416 Brookline Avenue. It's a property that's been around for a while. The house burned down. It's a zoned, two-family zoned, and we're looking to build a duplex there. The property, we're seeking frontage because the property is 48 feet wide, and we're seeking another 2 feet for 50 feet variance. That's basically it.
Okay, great. Any questions from members of the zoning board?
Mr. Chairman, Walter Gould. Ms. Vitale, maybe this should go to the owner. In the information you gave us, you said you had bought the property. Have you bought it yet?
So my family owns the property. The sale is contingent to Vitaly upon him obtaining a variance.
All right, so on what he said in the information to us, he has not purchased the property officially.
Not officially.
Because in here it says he has purchased the property at 1416 Brookline Avenue. The other thing is
we have a
We have it under
purchase and
contract.
sales contract.
okay. The other thing is, I'm assuming that all the toys, trampoline, everything that's in that yard belongs to the neighbor over on White Street.
Correct.
So it's illegally there.
I allow it because they maintain the grass. I have a deal with them. That's all that is.
All right, so once he goes through with the project, then that will take away.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'll let them know that the property's sold and they'll remove all the items.
Okay, because I was down there last week and I just happened to take a ride by it and I noticed it for sale sign. That's what kind of sparked my interest after seeing what I sent her in the paperwork, and then I saw the toys and stuff, so I just thought I'd ask. Thank you.
I've been meaning to grab the for sale sign. It's just been lingering. That's my fault for not grabbing it earlier.
Well, technically it still is, right, until you actually final sell. So, okay, that's all I need. Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
Anyone else from the zoning board have any questions or comments?
This is gonna be a duplex?
Will be a duplex, 2,450 square feet, side by side. There's gonna be a driveway on the right side of the house that cuts all the way around the house to the back of the house, 4 parking spaces in the back. This is probably at least 10th duplex that we're building in Springfield in the past year and a half.
So other than the frontage issue, obviously all your other setbacks will be met. You have enough parking and all the other required stuff will be met.
Correct.
Michael, this is Ryan. Just this question is directed to Mike Yocum. In terms of just paperwork and logistics here, the petitioner is not technically the owner of the property right now. Does that present any just, bureaucratic issues or anything like that?
No.
Given that he does not actually, it's not the property is not deeded in his name or in his LLC's name, and he's petitioning for the variance.
And well, yes, and part of the zone, part of the rules for at least our rules, do require the owner to be present. Now, I think it was a Michael Sakuda. He's a Paul Sakuda. Am I right there? Or Peter?
Mike.
And so I would maybe ask that question to him. Is it probated? How, you know, because right now it's under Michael Sakuda.
Michael Sakuda is my deceased father. So it's, like I said, it's a family property, and it was left to myself.
Okay. All right. I don't think that necessarily should dictate, you know, what this board's eventual vote is. I just want to make sure that if we act on this, that we're not acting in a way where you know, the petitioner, you transition the property, and then all of a sudden the petitioner has to go through something else. You know what I mean? Just in terms of the logistics.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm wondering why the deed hasn't changed yet, or at least.
Well, it sounds like the legal purchase and sale agreement is contingent upon this variance being granted.
Right. But
so it's definitely a chicken or the egg situation. I wanted to raise it because I want to, you know, if we were to incline to grant this next week, I don't want it to become null and void or create any situation down the road that the petitioner then has to go deal with something else.
It essentially is going to run with the land for that 1 year period. Someone's got to act on it.
Okay, so if it's going to run with the land, we may be on even footing here.
Yes.
But Mike, could you maybe make a note, and you and I could maybe touch base before next week's meeting, and just maybe talk with somebody within the city, whether that's the planning department or the law department, and just confirm that it's a little bit of a unique situation. Since I've been on the board, I have not seen this. Although I could, you know, being in that commercial real estate space, I can understand why it was a part of the purchase and sale.
Right. And again, I don't know how long it takes before the deeds to actually get changed, but that's why I told Platinum Homes that, you know, if the owner couldn't make it or couldn't be here, that, you know, they could be represented by an attorney. At least that's the way our rules read. And I assume that's why Peter's here tonight.
Yeah. And Peter, was the property, I don't want to belabor this point. I think it's something that we can work through, but was the house left to you via a trust or any other formal legal document?
Yes, I believe, yes, but there is a trust. Yes.
Okay. So that may be something we just have to collect, Mike, in terms of showing the transfer of ownership and the fact that Peter was present here tonight as a representative of the ownership.
Okay. Yeah.
So I will get a hold of you, Ryan.
Okay. That sounds good. Again, I don't think that legal question should necessarily play, and that's not our jurisdiction. I just wanted to raise it and make sure that any of those logistics are taken care of and the petitioner is aware of any potential situation that may arise.
Mr. Hess, Walter Gould, I agree with your idea. I think it's a good idea to just make sure the legal formality is set before the vote next week, so we have an idea where we're going.
Correct. So Vitaly, just to summarize quickly, I think what we'll do is Mike Yakum, our zoning administrator, and myself will coordinate just logistically to make sure that given that the owner here, Peter, was present for this meeting, he's obviously supportive of the variance that you're requesting and transacting in this purchase and sale that you guys are part of. Assuming there's no issues with the sort of the order of things that have happened here, I guess we'll probably won't be in contact with you. We'll just see you next week for the vote. But if there are any situations or anything, I assume that Mike or a member of his staff would be in touch with you.
Definitely.
Perfect.
Okay. Is there any other comments from the petitioner or from any members of the board tonight?
Walter Gould, I think it'd be nice if we get something hopefully before next week from Phil Zoning and Planning Department too.
I'm going to get to that tomorrow.
Okay, thank you, Mike.
You got it.
Note of that. And Vanessa, given that we're on Zoom, I believe we need to have a motion and a second to adjourn the meeting this evening.
That's correct.
And I have a motion to adjourn the meeting for the zoning board of appeals on April
Walter
27th.
Gould, second.
George Bruce first, Walter Gould second, and we'll do a roll call. Walter Gould,
Yes.
Yes.
George Bruce, Eddie Corbin,
Yes.
and myself, Ryan Hess, yes as well. Peter and Vitaly, thank you for your time tonight. As described earlier in the meeting, we will be in touch and have a meeting scheduled for same time, same place next week on Wednesday at 6 o'clock. And we will be in final deliberations and a vote at that time.
In the meantime, should I dig up the trust?
If you
It may
could,
not,
copy of that.
it may not, it probably won't hurt, Peter.
Yeah.
Probably not a bad idea. Just to just help piece the trail of ownership. That may be helpful if you could get that to Michael.
Okay,
All right.
sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you all. Have a good evening.
Thank you, guys.
Have a good night.